Yo, what up, Hot New Hip Hop? It's your boy Bobby Souls back at it with another episode of HNS. If you're unfamiliar with HNS, it stands for Hot New Sneakers. We're gonna give you guys a heads up on what's dropping this week, and we're also gonna give you an exclusive look at the Jordan 10 Shadows. And we're gonna give you another edition of Rock Stock Drop. Let's get into heat for your feet. If this is your first time with us, I'm gonna give you my 5 favorite sneakers that are dropping this week. First up, we have the second shoe of the Nike Champions Think 16 collection. Nike is honoring Dr. J's The Scoop move from the 1980 NBA Finals in Game 4 with a Converse silhouette. Next up, we have an Adidas Ultra Boost in collaboration with Parley. Now, I'm looking forward to talking about these because not only can you get fresh in them, but 85% of the upper of the shoe is actually made out of plastic from the ocean. Shout out to Mother Earth because we do live here, so take care of the environment. So one of the bigger releases that's releasing this week is the Jordan 10 Shadows. Now, something people don't really know about this shoe is that Jordan wasn't even in the league when this shoe came out. He was actually playing baseball in the MLB, but I'm not gonna get too into that because we're gonna get into that with Hot New and Early. All right, so the fourth shoe that I wanna get into is actually gonna be called the Sleeper of the Week. Now, these sleeper shoes that you guys are wondering what's a sleeper is actually a pair of shoes that you can walk into the store after the release date and be able to just walk out with them. So this week's sleeper is a classic New Balance in a gunmetal steel colorway. I'm a fan of it because, it's a shoe that's not too hyped up, something that you could still go on, walk into the store and grab, but it's also a shoe that looks good with whatever. Like if you want to, have that little sophisticated look, step out the crib clean, I would go with those. All right, so the last release I want to get into is actually called the Grail of the Week. Now, this is a shoe you're really not going to be able to get your hands on unless you know someone in Chicago. It is the Homage to Home ones. It features the bread and the Chicago colorways split down the middle. It's really dope. You're not going to be able to get your hands on a pair unless you know someone in Chicago because there's only 2,300 pairs made. So good luck to everyone in Chicago. Anyone in Chicago, hit me up. Let me know if you got a pair. All right, so let's get into Hot New and Early where I'm going to be giving you a detailed look at the Jordan 10 Shadow. All right, so here we got the Jordan 10 Shadow. Now this shoe right here is releasing on April 21st for $190 at every single major retailer. So, if you're a fan of this shoe, go pick it up. But I'm gonna get into the materials real quick. Off the rip, the upper of the shoe it features a nice leather and nubuck. That's a good combo, I like that. So this is actually the first time that this shoe re-retroed since 2008. That's 10 years, it's a pretty long time. Right off the bat, I noticed that the nubuck on the upper is actually lighter than the 2008 pair, which reminds me of the OG pair. Something unique about this shoe is that on the back of the heel of both of the shoes, the Jumpman is facing the left, where on every other pair of Jordans, they're facing the right. I think it's cool because it references back to the OG pair in 1994, so they really are trying to give this shoe like the original feel. All right, so my favorite part about this shoe is that on the sole of the shoe itself, it lists basically all of Jordan's accomplishments. All right, so that's it for Hot New and Early. Good luck to everybody that's trying to pick up this pair. But now let's get into Rock, Stock, and Drop. All right, so since we were just talking about a sneaker that Jordan had released when he wasn't in the league, we figured we would give you a Rock, Stock, Drop of players who were balling out in the 90s. All right, so first up, we got a pair of CB34s. My guy Charles Barkley was in the paint putting in work. Next up, we have an iconic silhouette in the Nike Air Uptempo. This silhouette right here was made for Michael Jordan's sidekick, Scottie Pippen. This sneaker has done numerous collabs with brands like Supreme and is definitely a staple in the basketball sneaker community. All right, lastly, we have a pair of Air Pennies right here. Now, this silhouette of a sneaker actually holds a special place in my heart because they were gifted to me by my mother to wear as my first pair on the court. So let's get into what I'll be rocking, what I'll be stocking, and what I'll be dropping. Let's talk about what I'm gonna be rocking. I'm gonna be rocking these right here, the up-tempos. I'm gonna tell you why. Is because I rocked these on the basketball court before. They're super comfortable. They're a little heavy. Some people don't like the heavy, but I'm a fan because it keeps my ankles supported. All right, so let's get into what I would be stocking. Now, as I mentioned before, the pair I'm gonna be stocking is the Air Penny. As I mentioned, my mom did give me this pair. So to me, I would never really wear this. I wanna keep it in a box forever. And that's the reason I'm gonna be stocking them. All right, so last but not least, let's get into what I would drop. I'm dropping these Barkleys. They are a little bulky to me, and these holes on the side of the shoe just aren't doing it for me. And also, the details on the other two, the up-tempos and the pennies, are just much nicer than this shoe. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to drop them. All right, so that's it for this week's episode of HNS. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you could, turn up in the comments if you disagreed or agreed with anything I was saying. I'm trying to get busy in the comments. I will be looking at everything. So again, I appreciate you guys. Till next week, we out. It's Hot New Hip Hop. Peace.